This is the Big O Show. 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 This is
When presenting an award to an employee, athlete, executive, or fantasy GM, make sure you call Orvieto's Awards and More. For 35 years, these custom award specialists have been providing plaques, trophies, custom framing, while providing state-of-the-art laser and computerized engraving, UV printing, and glass crystal etching. They do all their engraving and printing in-house for quality control. Call Charles at 305-949-8098 or visit them at orvietosawards.com. Orvieto's Awards and More, where recognition is rewarding.
For over 16 years, EJDconstruction.com has provided South Florida residents quality craftsmanship, accurate project management, and exceptional service. That's why EJDconstruction.com is an A-rated member of Angie's List and the Better Business Bureau. When you're looking for the right custom home builder for additions or home remodeling, please call my friend Eric at 305-433-4843. That's 305-433-4843 for EJDconstruction.com.
We interrupt this program to bring you a special report.
Miles an hour, that's a Category 4 hurricane. 3 deaths are reported in Florida after more than 24 were killed in the Caribbean. This
lost city of Atlantis reveals its secrets at Toyota of Hollywood. Get legendary deals on over 2,000 Toyotas, like a 2024 Corolla, not $24,000, $20,988. Unlock the wonders of 0% financing for 5 full years, 0 down. Rediscover Atlantis at Toyota of Hollywood on 441 between Hollywood Boulevard and Sheridan Street. Open till midnight.
Oh, great. You have a doorbell camera. Now you have a front row seat to your house getting robbed.
They're breaking into my house!
Ooh, there goes the TV. I'm sure it'll turn up at the pawn shop.
No, not the TV!
Just because you can see them, that doesn't mean you can stop them. With Slogans, you get 24-hour monitoring, a free home security system, and professional installation. Plus, free doorbell camera, one that'll actually work for you.
Get out of my house!
Get out of the house! Call 1-800-ALARM-ME.
Hi, this is Jeff Welt from Welton Rayom. Dan and I have been in business together for over 22 years. We're not your typical lawyers. When Dan's not working in the office, he's flying his stunt plane. When I'm not in the office, I'm either getting tattooed, bowling, riding a motorcycle, or going to concerts. We might not be your typical attorneys, but we are aggressive attorneys, and we'll do whatever it takes to get you what you deserve. Consultations are always free. Call us anytime, 24/7.
Welton Rayom can help.
Welcome to Caneswear. New store, new items, same great experience. Family owned and operated since 2010, Caneswear has the latest merchandise from the Miami Hurricanes, Miami Dolphins, Florida Panthers, Inter Miami CF, and more. Come visit us at our store in Davie on University Drive, just south of 595, or online at caneswear.com. Caneswear, the spot Miami fans shop.
There's just one place to celebrate our happy new model year. Acura of Pembroke Pines. Plus last chance savings on a 2024 RDX. $379 a month at Acura of Pembroke Pines.
After 40 years, the Big Cheese Miami is still producing great Italian food. They started in 1984. Since then, they've been winning awards while being voted the best inexpensive Italian restaurant in Miami. Visit them for great food, amazing service. Witness the decades of Cane's memories. The walls are like a Miami Hurricanes Hall of Fame. The Big Cheese delivers anything on its menu or party platter menu to your home, office, or even a park for a picnic. Located at 8080 Southwest 67th Avenue, Miami. Call 305-662-6855. TheBigCheeseMiami.com, where they serve large portions at family prices.
If you're looking to take your home or business to the next level, then RM Contractors and Custom Drywall can assist you. RM specializes in new residential turnkey, new commercial turnkey, home and office remodeling. Call them for free estimates. Serving all of South Florida, licensed and insured. Call Ray or Mike, 305-345-3649. You work hard to create the perfect atmosphere. You dream it, we'll build it. RM Contractors and Custom Drywall, 305-345-3649. or Instagram at RMC Fisher Island.
This is the Big O Show. This is the Big O Show. This is the Big O Show. This is the Big O Show.
The viewpoint, statements, or beliefs expressed on the following program by the host, guests, or callers are not necessarily the opinions of FantasyXS.com, Media Group Inc. ownership, management, sponsors, or website.
This is the Big O Show. This is the Big O Show. This is the Big O Show. Big O Show.
When it comes to South Florida sports teams, very few in the media have witnessed, lived, and covered it like the Big O. Let's start the program dedicated to your favorite South Florida teams with a passion that's unmatched. The Big O Radio Show is on. Here's the Big O.
All right. Good afternoon, boys and girls, or good morning, good evening, whenever you watch the podcast, obviously, because, it is a live show on YouTube, but it does then get podcasted, or you watch on YouTube whenever you want to watch it. So whenever you're watching it, hello. Welcome aboard. Hope you all are doing well. We're enjoying the action, baby. The action here at Hialeah Park. Get your no-regret first bet right there. $100 no-regret first bet. Use that QR code right there. And we got a lot of action going on. I didn't give you anything on the WNBA yesterday. I forgot about that. So you got the WNBA going on. You got baseball, the AL and NLCS going on. You've got the NFL going on. You got college football going on. I mean, Jesus, man. You got a lot of stuff. Inter Miami returns to action. I don't know if they'll play Messi. Just played the international game. It's the last regular season game. Do you really? I don't know. I thought about that. But anyway, so you've got, there's a lot of betting action going on right now.
Where are they at with the taking the
I got to
best
look
ever in MLS, the table?
Well, I think they have to win in order to do that.
They do. Okay.
Yeah, they have to get.
But they're playing New
points.
England, right? It's New England.
Yes, it's a bad team.
Yeah, they should.
They can beat them without Messi.
Yeah, I don't. If you can't beat them without Messi, you don't deserve that
at home.
That accolade, anyways. If you can't beat them without Messi, this team without Messi, you don't deserve that.
Dude, Campana can beat him. Come on, dude. Campana's good enough, more than good enough. Campana should be starting for New England. I don't wish it on him, by the way. They signed him to an extension. He's not going anywhere. So, Brett Dodger, WNBA, what is that? It's for us all sports fans, Brett. Some of us are all sports fans. Yeah, Nescu yesterday. Yeah, but still, it's Breanna Stewart. She's working on the MVP, bro. She had 30 points yesterday. She had 4 blocks yesterday. She had 7 steals in the game before. Breanna Stewart is your MVP right now. But Ionescu obviously hit the big shot, and she won it. That was good. That was fun, man. That was fun. The ladies' game has gotten better, and it's much more entertaining, and I'm happy for them. So I support it. You know what I mean? Well, there wasn't a lot to watch. I saw some baseball, but I don't have a horse in the race, so it's like I watch it and I'm intrigued. I saw the Ohtani bomb and all that, and Yankees obviously doing a number, but it's
To me, baseball now has become, I'll wait till the World Series starts, then I'll watch some games in.
I've watched some of the playoff games.
Yeah, but I'm not even interested in the play. I'm waiting when you get to the final two teams, then I'll start watching.
I can't tell you I've sat there and watched a game from beginning to end.
Oh, no, yeah, no. And I doubt I'll do that even in the World Series. But
it's been on the second TV most of the time. Sometimes when Ohtani comes to bat, like I'll switch, okay, let me see the Ohtani at bat or something, Judge comes to a bat or Stanton or something.
Yeah, no.
Then I'll sometimes I'll interrupt. But I had Heat preseason yesterday. I had the WNBA finals yesterday. I wasn't watching FI. They lost, bro. They lost to 0-6 UTEP.
Oh, 1-6 now.
Oh, I'm sorry. 0-6 UTEP. 1-6 UTEP. My God. Anyway, we'll get to that. But there was like a bunch of other stuff that was on yesterday. So I was like, and tonight at least it's just Panthers, I think. There's nothing competing with the Panthers tonight, which is pretty cool. There's some baseball. That's it. Oh, and there's Thursday Night Football, but Denver and the Saints with all those injuries, it's not a sexy game. Not anymore. That's the Denver football is not sexy as it is. You know what I mean? So at least the Panthers they'll be front and center, and I won't have a lot of competition. So, yeah. I'll tell you what I did like yesterday. I did like in the Heat game, there's nothing to look at in a preseason game. I'm not going to look at, But if I had to kind of say something, I noticed that Spo's playing them minutes. So I think he's building up the stamina and the wind for the regular season. And I think it's one of those, hey guys, we're not doing this coasting shit during the regular season and end up in the play-in. So I think he plans on playing them and playing them a lot. And he plans on winning games. So in order to play it and win games, they need Butler available, and they're going to have to play him. And the interesting part too, there's a two-edged sword to that. You're the Heat. You control everything. Here's the psychological game that's being played right now. Okay, you know how we like to go next level on this shit. We don't just, they're playing the 5 starters together. They're getting their playing time. They're getting the chemistry. Silly shit that they come up with and all that. No, we think next level. We think we play chess on this game, on this show. We don't play checkers and play with your emotions and clickbait your ass and all that. They don't have to pay Jimmy Butler till next year. So Jimmy Butler has proven that all he's done is broken down the last 2 years, that he can't stay healthy. So they played him on back-to-back preseason games. The message is clear. Jimmy, you're going to play this year, whether you like it or not. And if you don't play, well, then you prove to us we don't have to pay you. And you prove to the rest of the league they don't have to pay you. And if you break down, well, hey, too bad. That proves that we don't have to pay you. We only have to deal with you one more year and get rid of you. Or trade you as a expiring salary the following year in the trade deadline if you can't do it in the summer. They're going to play him. Well, there's no preserving. You know why? What the hell is there to preserve? The time is now. This is the time because he has nothing left in the hourglass. The sands of the hourglass, and there's like a little bit of sand. And the Heat they know there's a little bit of sand. Jimmy Butler knows there's a little bit of sand. His agent knows there's a little bit of sand. But they're trying to make it look more like a mountain. And there ain't no mountain. So you just saw him play back-to-back nights in a preseason and play minutes. They're going to play him in the regular season. And if he wants to take it off, then that's going to hurt him for Miami in any extension. And that's going to hurt him in trade for any extension for anybody else, because nobody's going to want to trade for you because you're not available. And if your body breaks down, Miami's not going to pay you and nobody's going to trade for you. But Jimmy, you can't just take it off. You just can't coast. If you want that extension, you're going to have to work for it. You're going to have to risk your body. You're going to have to find a way to stay healthy. This is going to get very, very interesting. That's what I read into that game yesterday with the minutes played in the last couple. I said, does Jimmy even play the preseason normally? No. So, build stamina. Yeah, and build stamina because, buddy, you're going to need it. You're going to need that stamina. This ain't about taking the third game of the season off. This isn't about being all day at the tennis tournament and then saying, no, I feel too ill to play the next day. That shit don't fly, bro. That shit don't fly. And that's what I read into yesterday, that the Heat is, and Spo and Riley clearly have a plan in place that, hey, bro, pedal to the metal this year. And if his wheels fall off, well, then so be it. We will deal with it. But what we're not going to deal with is what we've dealt with. We'd rather have a finality to the situation than leave it as a question mark the entire time. That's what I read into that preseason game when I was watching that. You know, Joe Fan can sit there and go, well, Tyler Hero and, Highsmith and, whatever. And, yeah, whatever, bro. We'll see what you got. And I look forward to watching the young guys. But as for the chess game with Jimmy Butler, that's the chess game that's going on, baby. That's the chess game that's going on. Let's see. Well, we got Steve Chapman, number one. By the way, thank you all. If you did not catch the Crypto Bro show, it was live at noon. So appreciate those of you that tuned in. If you haven't, please go back to watch it. Hit the like button, watch it, give us some views, learn a little bit about crypto, learn a little bit about the industry, a lot about Bitcoin, and then, I'm going to focus on a different altcoin every day, and you guys can give me any questions you want, all of that kind of stuff. So we'll save all of the crypto talk there now instead of here. This will be all sports. Okay, so we'll keep it that way. We'll separate church and state, as they say. So there you go. So we'll do that, but please make sure you support the Crypto Bro show and give it a like, give it a watch, give it a listen. But appreciate your support immensely so we can help make that thing grow too at the same time. Chapman is in, I see. Let's give Snoop a fresh start. Well, let's see what happens on Sunday. I'm super intrigued. We'll be in Indianapolis. We'll be at the Tavern on South. We fly out on Saturday. I can't wait for my steak. I can't wait for my shrimp cocktail. Go ahead. It was perfect time. Let's go. Let's discuss. No, we land at 5. Are you sure? Really? I thought we landed at 5. Oh, Jesus Christ. What airline? Okay. Yeah. I got a Spirit. Yeah. It's definitely, I'm flying on Spirit too. Yeah. Let me see. What do we have? Oh, my bad. Yeah, I'll look at it, but wow, yeah. Okay. So then we'll be flying in and going to dinner. Basically, we'll be flying in and going to dinner. Okay. All right. What?
It's no different than what we normally do. It's just a different location we're going to.
Yeah. And the hotel's right there, so it won't be. Dude, it's late at night. They'll accommodate us. I'm not worried. We'll be fine. We'll make it. We're gonna go there, so you'll know, and then on Sunday after the game, we're gonna Lario's. Get a great Italian meal. So after the post game, don't eat there. Okay? Don't eat too much or whatever. You know what I'm saying? Save, because your Lario's is like a family style. If you're going to Indy, by the way, there's a place called Lario's, and it's about 5 minutes away from the downtown area, and you take a cab if you ever go to Indy. I've gone to it several times over the years because I go there every year for the combine for like 20 years. And I would go to Lario's probably 75% of the time that I went to Indy. I would definitely go to St. Elmo's, and obviously I'm flying in on Saturday, and I'm going to take jerky here to St. Elmo's. But I was thinking we got to go to Lario's for just might as well hit like two of my favorite spots that have like amazing food. And Lario's is like a family style restaurant, and it's
like pure Italian, dude. The second you walk in, you feel like you're in Italy. Okay? Seriously. Like that's exactly the way you feel because the food is as authentic as it gets. The cooking, the chef, authentic as it gets, but family style. So it's not like they're gouging you with any prices or anything like that. And then they serve you like Big Cheese. Same thing. Big Cheese has super reasonable prices and they give you family style servings. Same thing. Lario's is like that. It's really, really good. Really enjoy Lario's. So just in case for those of you that go to Indy, that might be a place. So, you know what, Adam, you should come with us. That should be that'll be cool since you live there in Indy. I don't know if he's on the chat board, but you should join us, my brother. Let's see. Chapman is in the house. Jamie Zoria out in San Jose. I am strangely getting excited again about the Dolphins. We'll see. We're masochistic. It's what we do. You know what I'm saying? We have hope. We try. We want what's good for our team. And then, they screw us over. It's just kind of the way it goes. It's really a relationship where we give, and we get nothing. We get nothing. And that's it. So what are you going to do? NorCal says FCW 24 is 1 week away. See you soon, Big O and Sean. Enjoy your Indy trip. Damn right. And he's puffing. And he's giving. Pandemic's gone. You can give. Oscar Rojas is in Melbourne. Love when you guys put where you're at. Skylar Tipton says, wish I could meet you in Indy as I'm only 3 hours away in Chicago, but maybe another time. Hopefully, sir. Hopefully. Oscar Rojas is in. Says, I was in total agreement with you about Derrick Henry. The front office messed up by not getting him. No. I think the coach didn't want Derrick Henry. So the front office, is allowing the coach to coach however he wants. And that's hurting the front office. Look, in the end, dude, I'm a huge fan of the front office. I think the talent on this team is actually pretty good overall. And it should have one or two more wins. The real glaring problem is Mike McDaniel more than anything else. So that's kind of the way I look at it. And Mike McDaniel is the guy that has to prove more than anybody. And he's the one that's got to kind of bring all of this to. It's his job to bring it all together. This is what he wanted, right? Well, now he's got to, You made your bed, right? Now you got to lie in it and you got to make it happen and you got to make it work. You didn't want to get a power back? Well, make it work. You didn't get the proper backup quarterback? Make it work. You want to be a finesse offense? Make it work. You know what? You want a tight end and not use him? Make it work. It's just until when do we stop pointing fingers and just say, okay, if you want to point fingers at the front office, say it looks like the front office screwed themselves by hiring the wrong coach. I think that's legit. Because with or without Derrick Henry, you should have one or two more wins. Just like last year, with or without Derrick Henry, you should have one or two more wins. And the year before, with or without Derrick Henry, you should have had one or two more wins. Not that you had an opportunity at Derrick Henry any of the other years, but my point is this man underachieves constantly. And we're not even halfway through the season, and he already should have one or two more wins on the column. What more does he have in store for us for the next 11 games? This is super simple. There's one guy, and they've given him most of the ingredients that he needs to win. He just cannot cook. Cannot cook. And that's Mike McDaniel. So, he be no chef. If he was in Hell's Kitchen, Gordon Ramsay would have him for lunch. Dougie Fresh. Oh, Dougie Fresh, apologies to you and Victoria. I am wearing a Star Atlas shirt. I completely forgot. I was doing the Crypto Bro show, and no excuses, whatever. I'm an idiot. I forgot. But I'm not going to wear it tomorrow because I'm in studio and you don't see the shirt. I would have to like stand up once or twice. Kills it. So I'm going to promise you this. And I'm going to come through because I'm going to find the shirt when I can't, because I remembered when I got off the car. When I got off the car, I go, oh shit. I was supposed to have the Culture Club shirt on. And so when I get home, I'm going to find the Culture Club shirt and I'm going to hang it in the back door of my bathroom. And it's going to be there for the next week. Okay? Because I'm going to be gone over the weekend. I'm not back till Monday and all that until Tuesday. I start back. And Tuesday and Wednesday, I'm in studio. But Thursday, I'm back here. And I'm going to I'll have no jacket on. And I'll have the shirt that you and Victoria gave me. Okay? Wrong Thursday? Oh, you're thinking of the other Thursday that will be shifted. Yes, when we go to Buffalo or Los Angeles. Not Buffalo. Buffalo, we go in on a Saturday also. Los Angeles is the one that I go in on a Thursday, so we'll be here on a Wednesday. Is what we'll do. Yeah, that week. Can't wait for my Los Angeles trip. Yeah! If you live in Los Angeles, by the way, I'll be at the Patti Smythe concert on Thursday. Where the hell's the name of that place? Wonder if I still have that saved somewhere. Of course not. Oh, why would I? Anyway, so I forgot where it is in Los Angeles. Rancho something, Chuco, Cucamonga. I don't know what it is. Some rancho something. Anyway, so Patti Smythe from Scandal will be on Thursday somewhere there in Los Angeles in Southern California. I'll be there. Then Friday, I'll be at the concert. I forgot what venue for the, if you're into it. Then Saturday, I'm going to be seeing Dirty Honey, and that'll be at the Troubadour. And then Sunday, I'll be at the Whiskey A Go-Go seeing Dirty Honey. So 4 concerts. You want to sit down? Okay, 4:30? All right, you got it. Yeah, you got it. You got it. Oh, okay. The Canyon. That's it. Thank you, brother. Steve Calibro will join us in the next hour. What's that? What's it called? The Agora Hills Canyon. Nice job by you, sir. Thank you. Thank you. The Agora Hills Canyon. Is that a cool place? I've never been there. Never been there. Where's the performing at, if I can ask? Because I know the other two. And the other two, it's Troubadour and Whiskey A Go-Go. And I've only seen a house band at Whiskey A Go-Go. I've never seen like a real rock band at the Whiskey A Go-Go. So, and to see Dirty Honey, which is like one of my favorite young bands, love Dirty Honey, man. They are so freaking good. Yeah. Huh? Yeah, should be, yeah. What is it again? The Shrine Auditorium? The Shrine Auditorium. Okay, I've never been there either. Okay. The Shrine Auditorium there in Los Angeles. So I'll be there for that. Looking forward to it. Yes. Brian Radke says, I'll see you in LA in Rancho Cucamonga. No, it's Rancho what? Aurora Hills is where you'll see me. The Canyon, Aurora Hills. That's where it's at, not Cucamonga. There might be a Cucamonga, but it just... That's, you know.
Young Bucks are from there. I think it's Cucamonga, California, or something like that.
All right, but where is it's in the Southern California, Cucamonga? Big O, hear me out. I've tried to tell you we have something in common. June 15, my birthday, show's anniversary. Text in the chat every anniversary. I did not realize that. Nice. So double birthdays there. All right. Awesome. And happy late birthday, Lewis. Happy late birthday, my brother. One-Eyed Jack is in the house. Daniel Barry, J-Town. Let's see. Juan says, I'm a fan of most sports, but I can't get into racing sports like NASCAR, Formula One, horse racing, track and field. Track and field, I can. You know, I can talk it a little bit, but none of those we really talk a ton. He can talk racing. He knows a shit ton of racing. Whenever we used to go to racing stuff, you know, he would carry us there on that because he knows the shit. I don't know that stuff. And like I tell you guys all the time, I have zero issues telling you, I don't know this.
Rancho Cucamonga is near San Bernardino, California.
Oh, okay. All right. Okay. All right. Chris Duquette says there's nothing competing with the Panthers, even if the team in Miami is playing, my man. That is true. Even Messi. Most people will watch the Panthers still. It's just I've noticed there's not many Inter fans. It's really just Messi fans is what they are. And the Americanized sports fan, once they've seen Messi a couple times, are like, yeah, I'm going to go back to see my American sports. So it's just it's a novelty that, believe it or not, has worn out a little bit. How crazy is that? Ocala Joe says, good afternoon. Says the guppy is present and accounted for. Fins up and smashing it. Smash the hell out of that like button. What's that? Yeah, oh yeah. Yeah, Ocala Joe Guppy. Guppy. He's a giant. He's a killer whale. Killer whale is what he is. Chris says, I feel like O is going to get me back into basketball. We'll see. Depends on the Heat, right? It's up to them. Well, the Heat is like and we have no idea when the jack is going to pop out. And that's the unknown. I understand what the Heat's agenda is, and I told you already. You can kind of tell. I know what some of those young players, what their agenda is, but what is Jimmy's agenda? And then that will dictate everything for us for the season. If Jimmy brings it, it's too fun not to watch Jimmy. I mean, it's crazy not to turn that thing on. You got to turn it on. It's fun as hell to watch that guy. It's too much fun not to turn that thing on. You got to watch Jimmy. And then that'll feed off everybody else too. That'll be cool. It's really all up to Jimmy. He dictates everything going on with the Heat, the vibe, where we're going, how this whole thing plays out. Strange, man. You know? I hope the Colts are favorites on Sunday. Well, my friend, they're -3 right now. It was -4 to open up. Yeah, it was 3. It was 3.5. Yes, sir. It was 3.5 yesterday. Let me see. No, it was 3 yesterday, Wednesday, and then Monday it was 4. I got it at 4. So I already went with the homer, but I told you guys that on Monday. I took the homer pick. I took it at 4. I said, "What the hell, man? They're desperate. The Dolphins have to know that they have to walk out of there with a W. They must go 3-3 so they can give themselves a little breathing room, slight. Because you go 2-4, you got to run the table, dude. You got to run the table. You go 3-3, you might be able to slip up a game. 2 maybe. Who knows? But it just, that will put you in peril. But, and I don't even know if they can do that because it's the toughest stretch of their schedule, all that other stuff. Rosendo says, may the Lord guide and protect you, Big O and Mr. Stanley, on your journey you're about to take. Thank you, sir. Appreciate you. Thank you, thank you, thank you. What else? Captain Saki in Tarpon Springs, yes.
Rosendo, he didn't say Cucamonga, he said Cowabunga. Captain Caveman.
Captain Caveman. Let's see. Big O, I agree with you, but why have a GM? You need to sometimes, yeah. And that's a fair criticism. And I'm sure if Greer, McKenzie, and Allen look at themselves in the mirror, they're probably going to say, yeah, sometimes. But they did do that, right, with Tua, because they wanted Tua. So they do that at times. What can I tell you? That's kind of how it goes. I'm sure they have picked several players instead of Mike, but there are times where Mike probably asks for something and they defer. And I'm sure they've been right and they've been wrong. But this one, the one that's really burning them, is the head coach. That's the one that's burning them right now. So, yeah. By the way, remember, you can make a donation, Cash App or Venmo at Cash Big O Show. That's Cash Big O Show, Cash App or Venmo. And, of course, you can always make a Bitcoin donation, which you, as you all know, is my favorite, a Bitcoin or Ethereum donation, which 66,888 is a dip right now. That's funny. What do you got?
I want to apologize to Rosendo. Cowabunga is actually the turtle, so I'm sorry. That's the turtle.
Oh, yes.
He said Unga Bunga.
Oh, okay.
Is what Captain Caveman said. So I apologize. I was wrong as well.
By the way, I forgot to send Furones a link for 4.
Is it today?
Yes, it's today. Yeah, because
post game this week, right?
This is the first time on. I didn't want him on early in the week. Instead of Tuesday. No, we didn't have him on Tuesday. We didn't have him on Tuesday. We haven't had him on since post game. No, Friday of last week. Friday was last week. Yeah, we haven't had him on since Friday. So, because I told him, let's wait till you gather some information, because to bring you on we didn't bring him on Tuesday, did we? No, huh? No, was he on? No, was he on Monday? Did we? Oh. Yeah. Are you sure? Well, you published it, but it might have been late. No, yeah. Yeah. Right. Okay. Yeah. All right. He's confusing me now. Okay. Yeah, I know. I figured that. I figured because he hadn't done it. Why am I going to bring him on Tuesday when there's nothing going on? You're coming off a bye week. There's nothing to talk about. It's not. I'm not here to force the conversation either and try to. Let me break down something desperate about the preseason game last night. Bullshit. There's nothing to break down. Dougie Fresh says, "Oh, who would Bill be rooting for today as the Finns, Bengals, Titans, Jaguars, Broncos, and Raiders?" No, he's a Bears guy. Right now, Bill would be happy. Bill's happy right now, dude. His Bears. That was his team. It was the Dolphins and the Bears. In baseball, he had the Yankees, he had the Marlins, he had the Reds too. Followed the Reds also, but he was a Yankees fan, but he also followed the Marlins. Basketball was Celtics and then the Heat when we got the Heat. So no, he would be right now. He'd be ecstatic with the whole thing with the Bears right now. What are the Bears, like 4-2 or something, or 3-2 or something, or like they got a good record right now. And then with Caleb's got a lot of ability. Where since they added this wheel, because they're like you win something at the table, and then you get a chance at the wheel, and there's $400, $250, $300, $175, another try, a slice of pizza. So you can get either $400 or a slice of pizza. It's an extreme. What do you got? 4-2. So right now, Bill, rest in peace, my brother. He is happy right now at 4-2. He's like, you guys, you assholes, could you have done this when I was there? He's probably saying that right now. You know, if the Bears go to the Super Bowl, I may have to go to the Super Bowl. I was thinking about that. Go in his honor to the Bears and root on his Bears as his best friend. I don't know. May have to do that. I may in Bill Preston's honor, I may have to. That may be something I may have to do. Because man, he was waiting for a while. And it didn't happen. Just like we've been waiting for a while with the Dolphins, and it hasn't happened. What else do we have? Clyde Hyde says, good afternoon, Big O. Why is it that Tua has to do is be smart when he's smart as F, but happens to get hit and he's in danger of a concussion? Well, he's smart, but on the field, he's not smart. He's not smart. He does dumb things on the field. You know, it's, yeah, and also, like in that game, you're playing like shit, and you want to throw the ball away, and you're completely off balance. You got to know who you are. You don't have the arm strength. You're off balance completely. You know, there's no way the ball's going to reach you out of bounds, and it ends up at a pick six. That was stupid. Stupid. There's nothing smart about that play. And when he extends a play to 4 or 5 seconds, stupid. And he gets injured. And when he tries to take on a tackler, stupid. It's just simple. And, you know, what's this guy's name? The owner of the Patriots, Robert Kraft. He's a smart guy, isn't he? A really smart guy, Robert Kraft. I always use this example with him. So why did he go to an Asian day spa for a happy ending? You're a billionaire. You probably could have sex with a really high-class woman somewhere in some hotel that nobody will ever find out, have her sign even a confidentiality agreement and everything. And nobody would ever find out. You went to an Asian day spa and you're a known billionaire. Smart people do stupid things. I'm not very smart. And I stopped at a Dairy Queen in the Panhandle to have a hot dog. That's really, really stupid. That's more stupid than what Robert Kraft did. He got more out of it, at least. He got a happy ending. I didn't get a happy ending, bro. Huh? Yeah, I lost some weight for a couple days. You know, hell, if I'm going to make a mistake, I want a happy ending with that mistake. You know what I'm saying? Damn, I got ripped off. So smart people do stupid things. Yeah, Tua's a smart guy. Mike McDaniel's a smart guy, and he's a dumbass on game day. What are you going to do? We're all dumbasses at one point or another, but the key is admitting that you're a dumbass. Admitting that you did something stupid. I let myself get to 285, 90 pounds. That's fucking stupid. So I try to do something about it. I'm trying to lose the weight now. Now I'm into the 230s, I think it is now. But whatever. But I'm still an idiot, right? Because it's happened to me a couple times. We all do stupid things, but are we willing to say, damn, that was stupid. I don't know if Tua's willing to say, I'm being an idiot. I'm letting my team down. I don't know that. And every time we see Tua, it says, no, I refuse to conform. You're not a running quarterback. No, I can prove to you I'm going to lose weight. You're not a football. No, I'm going to prove to you I'm a football player. I'm going to take on that tackler and get a few extra yards because my team needs it and the team sucks right now and I'm playing bad and the team is playing bad and I'm going to do anything that it takes. And you became stupid. You blinded yourself. Are we going to be honest or are we going to lie to ourselves? What are we going to do? When we make mistakes, do we look in the mirror and say, shit, I was wrong on that one? Or do we double down like we see all over the place? When they're wrong, they still double down. And it's like, really? Really? And unfortunately, Tua has doubled down every time he comes back from all of this. He can't be trusted anymore. Kind of sucks. So, Clyde, Tua's smart as fuck. Yes. Except when he gets on the field, somehow or another, he becomes stupid. And unfortunately, it's a disease he has. I don't know. It's up to him to cure it. Bears have had some decent teams over the years, especially when they had the elite defenses back in 2018. They never had a QB. Yeah, they haven't had a QB since Jim McMahon, dude. The no-tell motel. That's it. That's what Kraft needed. He needed a no-tell lover, as Chicago used to sing about. Renegade says hot dogs that give you the backdoor blowouts, backdoor, front door. I was the freaking exorcist for like 4 days, bro. It was the worst. Oh man, did I feel terrible. Man, that was stupid. Wow, what a moron I was. Ugh. Gotta make better decisions, man. Anyway, Big O, could you have competed with True FinFan and Toxic or Airbus? No, it was just no. I would have been soiling myself all over the place. There's no farting going on, bro. No farting. I was just spray painting toilets. That's it. So no. Walls, toilets, didn't matter. Yeah, it was not a good situation, you know. Do you ever think Tua will ever have that winning mojo to take us to the promised land? I don't know. I saw it with Alabama. What's the winning mojo? Down by 3 touchdowns in Baltimore? Not sure. What's winning mojo? Against Kansas City last year in the first Kansas City game, hitting Tyreek in stride and he drops it. Hitting Tyreek on a slant and he drops it. Tyreek dropping a touchdown, dropping a ball that went for a touchdown. Could have won that game. You know, it all depends on how you look at it. He's not going to carry it. Neither was Joe Montana. Neither was Drew Brees. Neither was Dan Marino. That's why Marino never won a championship. That's why he wasn't going deep into the AFC championship game all the time, because he didn't have the help. you can only do so much as a passer. He's not a runner. He's not a football player. So if you want that, go find it. By the way, none of them win championships. Okay? One day they will. You know, the sun shines on every dog's ass every once in a while. One of them is going to have an unstoppable team, and they'll be able to get there and they'll win a championship. But for now, the guys that win are the statues, pretty much. You know, except for Mahomes, but he's not a running quarterback. He only runs when he has to run. So that's not really a running quarterback. And if he ran for a living, he would break down also. So the guys that run for a living, they don't win anything. And the guys that don't, they have complete teams. You know, you give that Kansas City defense to a couple of quarterbacks, they win a championship. It's kind of the way it is. It's a real team game, dude. You know, and you got to understand who Tua is. So commit to the run, use your tight end, build. See, when you draft Tua, here's something that's a legitimate shot at the front office and Mike McDaniel and his style. I would have built the wall of Montezuma in front of him. I would have drafted so many badass, big-ass linemen, and I would have protected him like crazy, and I would have killed you because he would have thrown darts all over the place because you're not touching him. And then I would have run the ball like crazy on you. And the play action, I would have pounded your ass with a big back and be physical. That's what I would have done with Tua. Run downhill, big time wall in front of him, and then I'm just going to absolutely kill you with his brain. But now you want to make him scramble more. You want him to run the ball more. You want him to save your team. You want him to carry your team. That's not who he is. So if you want him to Cam Newton his way to a Super Bowl, that's bad football. That's not understanding what you have because Drew Brees can't do that either. So make sure you have an offensive line for Drew Brees. Check. Make sure you dedicate to the run. Check. Make sure you use the tight end. Check. Make sure you have a good defense. Check. Oh, what happened? Oh, they got a Super Bowl. Check. Peyton Manning, you had a running game. You had a decent line. You had an offensive line. You had receivers. You dedicated to the tight end. Oh, what was missing? Oh, the defense. In comes Tony Dungy. You get some defense. Boom. There has to be the balance, man. There's no such thing as a team that won a Super Bowl and the quarterback carried a shitty team to the Super Bowl and won it. It's never existed. It's never existed. That team was dominant defensively, offensively, both sides, quarterback, running game, whatever it was dominant. One way or another. Shitty teams don't win the Super Bowl. They don't get lucky and get there and win it all. It just doesn't happen. They get there because they got a pretty damn good complete team. You know? Let's see. I guess what I was saying is no matter how smart he is, he could be he could be flawless, but him being able to take a hit, big or small, and not being concussed always was, and more so now, a major concern. He did it last year. He took hits, but if you're prepared for it and you can cradle yourself and protect yourself, you should be fine. Now, a blindsided hit, that can happen to anybody, and obviously he's at risk for it. But he puts himself more at risk. And that's the sad part about all of that. True Fin Fan, thank you, sir, for the love on the super chat. He says a 13-hour shift and the big O. Not bad. Thank you, sir. Thank you. Appreciate you. These teams that are consistently making deep playoff runs use their tight ends. McDaniel refuses to follow the same recipe. I know. The tight end is a beautiful weapon for your quarterback, and he doesn't get that. So, best way to build a team is from inside out in the trenches. Yeah, exactly. And that part of the trenches, they haven't done a good job. They had turnover on the D-line, I get it. But on the offensive line, you've had opportunities over the years, and you had to stay with building more dominance there. That's been a problem. Like I said, if I'm drafting Tua, I know I'm drafting a guy that's had a rich injury history. Okay. All right. I drafted a kid that's got an injury history. I know he can pass. At least some of us know he can pass. Let me protect him. And they just didn't do that, man. And it doesn't help that the first coach they had wanted to sabotage his ass. I know. We'll start him against the Rams with our shitty offensive line. That's the plan. I mean, think about it. That's how you start your career. With a coach that wants to sabotage you by starting you against the Rams. And Tua knows it because he even said it without saying it. Said, I know why he started me against the Rams. I'll never say, but I know why he's. What do you think he'll never say? Oh, Coach was really looking out for me. He really loved me. He thought I was really prepared for the Rams. If he'll never say, it's because it's not good. And he's got too much class. But the writing's on the wall there. It's that piece I did earlier this week of being Tua. Check it out. That's kind of what we're talking about. Let's get to our 3A Graphics sports calendar. And the great Alan Blanco, custom printing and embroidery. Tonight, Vancouver visits the Panthers. Face-off is at 7. Florida's 3-2. Amazing, amazing start for Florida. So impressed by what they have done with the injuries and overcoming. Barkov, by the way, was skating, not returning tonight, but is back on the ice practicing. So that's good. First stages of getting back on the ice. In basketball, the Heat defeated Atlanta 120-111 in preseason basketball, 3-1. Friday at Memphis for their final preseason game. Wednesday starts the regular season, October 23rd, and that'll be against the Orlando Magic in the Kaseya Center. Shocker that they open up against Orlando, huh? They never do that. It's not. Yeah, I mean, it's weird that they're playing Orlando on opening night. Just really strange. The Liberty beat the Lynx 80-77. Enescu with the game winner. New York leads 2-1 in that best-of-7 series. Breonna Stewart is on her way to the MVP. 30 points, 11 rebounds, and 4 blocks. The woman had 7 steals in the last game. She's just a hell of a player. Game 4 tomorrow night, 8 o'clock, ESPN in Minnesota. Baseball, Dodgers. They beat the Mutts 8-0. They take a 2-1 lead in the NLCS today, 8:08. It is Yamamoto and Quintana towing the slab for the Dodgers and the Mutts. 5:08. The ALCS, Yankees, the Junkies, they lead 2-0 in this best-of-7 series. Schmidt versus Boyd, Yankees and Guardians. Saturday, 6 p.m., final regular season game, Inter Miami hosting New England. Will Messi play is the question coming off that qualifier. Last night, FIU lost to winless UTEP, 30-21. Winless no more, 1-6. The Panthers are 2-5. That was pathetic, by the way. Pathetic. Tonight at 8:15, Denver visits the Saints, and the Broncos are favored by 2.5. Over and under's 37. And Sunday at 1 o'clock, Dolphins taking on the Colts on the road. Colts favored by 3, over and unders 43.5. And there's a good chance that Sean Stanley and I will have a stake also in Indianapolis. That is your 3A Graphics sports calendar. All right. Damn, I feel bad for Jaylen Phillips, seeing him when he finished with his surgery. The guy worked his tail off getting back from the Achilles, only to have the knee surgery. It's frustrating for me, man. So I've told you, man. And by the way, we're broadcasting at John Phillips' bar, Jaylen Phillips' dad, while we're in Los Angeles. We're broadcasting Saturday from 2 to 5. And I even told his dad, too, I wouldn't put him back in. And I know Jaylen's crazy ass, probably, because you can't protect these athletes. They all want to play. So you got to protect Jaylen from Jaylen, too. And because of his injury history, because of the Achilles, I would not have put him back in. So I don't know, man. I'm not a fan of it, and it's frustrating, and I feel for Jaylen. Now he's got to go through this. The good thing is he's a quality individual, so he can handle this kind of adversity and fight through it, because this takes a special person mentally to fight through shit like this. This messes with you, man. This is another year that he has to watch his team. And look how he played. He played like a maniac. And he wasn't 100%. They got to bring him along slower next year, too. You got to let it build up a little bit more and let his stamina build up a little bit more. You know, I hope they take it a lot easier on him. And the good thing is it wasn't a complete tear. But, man, please take it easy, because he's got a future. Kid can be a stud. You see, let me tell you something about the treacherous place that the Miami Dolphins and Jaylen Phillips are at right now. I've been at this for 34 years. And what you must do right now is take care of Jaylen Phillips. Do you know why? You cannot allow these injuries to continue to mount. They take away from the player's ability to be the best that he can be. And that's the most important thing right now for Jaylen Phillips, because he's young. So you need to get him to 100%. And then you need to bring him along slowly and build it up piecemeal. No matter how intoxicating it is when you watch him, because he's so gifted, he's so explosive, he's so athletic. You cannot fall in love with that. You cannot. And you can't say, I get it. It's like a drug and you want more and more. No, let's play. No, we need him. And you need him, but he doesn't need it. And to be quite honest, I thought they probably played him too much this year to start off, coming off an Achilles surgery. And I think they got fat they got high on their supply, because they saw that this freak came back from the Achilles. So, oh yeah, he's fine. Yeah, let's go. And I don't think they were careful enough. And they need to bring him back slowly next year. As frustrating as it may be for him, as frustrating it may be for the team, but it's what's best for him long term. You cannot allow him to have another injury. These injuries mount, and they take a toll on all these athletes, and I've watched it. And the guys that have the terrible luck, and they have one injury after another, and they're 6-7 years in, and then you go, hey, why didn't they reach their potential? Well, because they were Jadeveon Clowney'd. Because they kept having injuries and setbacks, and they never got to reach their potential, and they never will. Because they're Brian Taylor in baseball. Because it just happens that way. And there's a history in the game of players named Sam Bowie that just could never, ever reach because they ended up having injury after injury after injury. Andrew Luck chose not to be that person, but he was headed there because they refused to give him an offensive line, and the game beat him down. Beat him down to the point that he said, Roberto Duran, no mas, no mas. I will not have any more of it. And injuries will take a toll on you, and they will change the trajectory of your career. And you go from Thunder Dan Marley to 3-point Dan Marley. But you cannot allow injuries, especially in a young player, to mount, because it will definitely put a lower ceiling on his potential. So I would advise the Miami Dolphins to take it really slow with Jaylen Phillips. And if I could get in Jaylen Phillips' ear, I would say, young man, pace yourself. You have a whole career in front of you. All right, let's do it. Hour number 2, David Furones and our Welt and Rayom Miami Dolphins report kicks it off.
Oh, great. You have a doorbell camera. Now you have a front row seat to your house getting robbed.
They're breaking into my house!
Ooh, there goes the TV. I'm sure it'll turn up at the pawn shop.
No, not the TV!
Just because you can see them, that doesn't mean you can stop them. With Slogans, you get 24-hour monitoring, a free home security system, and professional installation. Plus, free doorbell camera, one that'll actually work for you.
Get out of my house!
Get out of the house!
Call 1-800-ALARM-ME.
This is the Big O Show. This is the Big O Show. This is the Big O Show. This is the Big O Show.
There's just one place to celebrate our happy new model year. Acura of Pembroke Pines. Plus last chance savings on a 2024 RDX. $379 a month at Acura of Pembroke Pines.
Welton Rayom has more than 62 years of litigation experience handling insurance disputes. They're committed to resolving even the toughest insurance claims quickly. Call them for a free consultation. 954-966-4646. At Welton Rayom, they don't get paid unless you win. Property damage claims to your home, business, or condo as a result of a hurricane. Welton Rayom can help. Water, mold, fire, smoke damage, Welton Rayom can help. Call 954-966-4646. The viewpoints, statements, or beliefs expressed on the following program by the host, guests, or callers are not necessarily the opinions of FantasyXS.com, Media Group Inc. ownership, management, sponsors, or website.
All rise, football fans, as the Welton Rayom Miami Dolphins report with David Furones is in session.
Welton Rayom has more than 62 years of litigation experience handling insurance disputes. They are committed to resolving even the toughest insurance claims quickly. Call them for a free consultation. 954-966-4646. Here's Miami Dolphins insider David Furones.
All right, there we are. And there he is, David Furones, with our Welt and Rayom Miami Dolphins report. And don't forget to reach out to Jeff Welt or Daniel Rayom. Those of you that are dealing with issues from Milton, from issues with Helene, and if the insurance company, you call them, and I warned you, never call the insurance company. You call Welt and Rayom first. So if the insurance companies aren't responding, please call my guys. The consultation's completely free. 954-966-4646. We've had listeners also. Don't be embarrassed. It can happen to me. It can happen to anybody. Bankruptcy issues. That's happening to a lot of Americans right now because they've gone into their savings accounts. like never before. Savings accounts are at all-time lows right now. 401ks, so it's all understandable. Things are happening. It can happen to any of us. Personal injury, business owner claims, criminal defense. So, anybody out there, Sean Kingston, criminal defense, give him a ring. Welton Rayom, 954-966-4646. All right. You got any criminal defense issues?
Not at the moment, but you never know. You never know living in Miami.
At the moment. Okay. All right. You're looking to get in trouble there in Indy or something? Is that what's going on?
Always a great place to get in trouble. No, but it'll be my first time going to Indy, and it's not for the combine. This used to be an annual trip in the AFC East. Way back, I was a kid when that was happening, but now a few and far between that it's actual game days for the Dolphins in Indy, huh?
Yeah, definitely. I've been there, I don't know, 20 some times now. I actually went for the Super Bowl that was in Indy.
That's cool.
I was there that week for that. They had heat lamps all over the streets. It was interesting.
Which Super Bowl is over there?
I want to say 7, 8, 9 years ago. And by the way, the entire week, bro, was 50 degrees.
That's not bad at all.
It's not supposed to happen. That's never happened to me when you go to India in the winter. Are you kidding me? And yeah, it was actually very reasonable, the temperatures that week by freakish standards, that it was like, wow, man. So yeah, I remember that. I've been there. This is the first time I go for a game, actually, because I've only gone for the combine 21 or 22 times or something like that, and then for the Super Bowl. So this is my first time also going for a game. But what it won't be is my first time going to St. Elmo's Steakhouse.
Of course.
I'm going to take Sean there. He's never been there, so hopefully we'll enjoy a steak there on Saturday night.
Okay, enjoy a steak. And do we know how? Right, the shrimp cocktails. Do we know how we can deal with that?
Well, I'm fine with it, but I am looking forward to seeing the eyes of Sean Stanley water up with him doing the shrimp cocktail. So yes,
it's quite an experience. Yeah.
Unfortunately, Sean's been with me, so I can't trick him. Like you could trick so many other people that don't know anything about the shrimp cocktail until they try it. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah.
So yeah.
Oh, you got to put a bunch of that stuff on it. Yeah, make sure you just load it up. Yeah, go ahead.
Yeah, he's got to try with the cocktail sauce and see how it goes. But something tells me he's not going to flinch, bro. I'm telling you, he's not. Anybody that walks around New York in 29 degrees, snowing, with a T-shirt and just like filming around, going, "Oh wow, this is cool," and is not even cold. He doesn't have anything on except a T-shirt. I don't think he's going to flinch with that, bro.
Yeah, built different, huh? But
yeah,
there's two different types of things though that you're dealing with there.
Think about that? Can you do that?
No, I mean, for someone from Miami, I can handle the cold okay, but that I wouldn't be at those extremes of just under 30 without an extra layer. Nah.
We literally walked out of the hotel. I had a shirt, a sweater, and a jacket.
Yeah.
Okay. I
Seems
was
appropriate. Yeah.
And I was freezing my ass off. And this dude was in a T-shirt. And it's freaking snowing. He's walking around like it's nothing. Like, and seriously, he wasn't like joking around. Like, you could tell it wasn't bothering him at all. I'm like, wow, this guy's not normal. So this guy's got blood that's like boiling inside or something. I don't know. He's got Jack Daniels in his blood or something that I don't know of or something. I don't know. It's impressive. Antifreeze. That's what it is. You're loaded with antifreeze.
Yeah. Although now, after I went through Kansas City last January, which was sub-zero and wind chill that was like 30 below, now I feel like I could just deal with anything. But I don't actually want to, though. If I had the choice, I'm not putting myself through it again.
At least you have all your
experience.
At least you walked out of there with all your limbs, because a lot of people did not walk out of there with some.
Not everyone can say that. Yeah.
Yeah. Some people had to cut off some limbs. All right. So what are we expecting from the Dolphins this week? What has Mike McDaniel learned from last week that you think you'll see this week?
Yeah. Well, I hope it's to stick with the run. I want to see the Dolphins stick with the run. Go, especially if they get Achane back, and then maybe there's some possibilities of incorporating all three with Jalen Wright and Raheem Mostert in there. That's great. I kind of want to see Tyler Huntley get incorporated into the run game as well, but I don't think the Dolphins are going to go that route just because they haven't yet. And even when I asked it to Snoop Huntley yesterday in the locker room, he said he was here to be a quarterback first, and he'll run when he has to. So that seems to indicate that it's not so much designed runs that they're looking for, but it'll be just when he has to scramble, when he finds the opportunity to, and the coverage is there taking away his options. So, and I also asked Frank Smith that, and he seemed to say that, the coaches weigh some options on whether or not to incorporate it week to week, but that they just haven't necessarily felt like it was the right time yet. So I guess it's like a week-to-week matchup-based thing if they see some things where they could exploit with him running the ball. But just sticking to the traditional run game, going outside zone, running between the tackles, bringing a physical presence. These are things that I want to see the Dolphins continue even when Tua comes back. So certainly keep it going while you have your backup quarterback playing.
Yeah, it would be nice that they and use the tight end, which is something they did this week too, and using Jonnu Smith, because the running game and the tight end are absolute friends to the quarterback. So it helps every quarterback out there. And you know, like we've all talked about here, everybody that comes off that stinking tree runs and uses the tight end. This guy's the only guy that's kind of off the beaten path there, and that's the part I just don't understand. So I hope that we see a lot of the elements we saw last week. It would make a lot of sense. The only thing I would tell you about the Tyler Huntley thing, because I want him to run more too and be part of the running game, because I think your running game even improves more when your quarterback can run like that, when he's a threat like that. That keeps defenses, especially linebackers, a little bit more honest, and you might be able to find more things in the middle of the field if you're able to do that. But the only reason I think they might say that is, man, you know, Tua's out right now. We don't want to get to Boyle. We don't. Skyler, wasn't ready. Maybe we don't want to run Snoop because that we put him at risk for getting injured too. Let's see what we can do from behind the pocket and not put him at too much risk. There might be some of that. You know what I'm saying? I don't know.
Sure. Some of that. And to your point on the tight end, I mean, it's always said tight end can be a young quarterback or a backup quarterback's best friend, dominating the middle of the field, closer to the quarterback, just easier to see him open, get the ball to him. So absolutely keep that going after Jonnu Smith had his best performance, most prolific performance with the Dolphins since joining this team. And of course, and work that in conjunction with the run game. I want to see all those things going. And I mean, it probably won't be like it won't be something that creates an offensive explosion, but you're counting on this defense right now. As you try to work through this rough patch of games where you're going with Tua, but in a low scoring game, just produce enough. Don't turn the ball over, and have a drive or two like the one that you saw in the fourth quarter where you just matriculate the ball down the field and go to the run game. Huntley makes some plays when he has to on third down. And, hey, you have a Tyreek Hill and Jalen Waddle when the time comes for that too. So that the weapons are all there for this offense to, regardless of backup quarterback, starting quarterback, to at least be somewhat efficient out there.
What's the latest with Chubb? What do we know?
With Chubb, just that it's not yet this week for him. So he's still working back. It's kind of going to be a week to week to see if the Dolphins are ready to bring him back just to begin practicing. And I'm sure he'll need plenty of practice once he does reach that point too. So it's not like it would be anything imminent right now. And now it's already October 17th at this point. Then I'm looking into November because as far as him, because it's not going to be this week. He's not coming back So even if he were to practice starting next week, I wouldn't bring him back the first week. I wouldn't activate him off PUP. So yeah, you're looking into November as far as seeing him out there. So at least a couple more games where the Dolphins have to get by without Chubb and without Jaylen Phillips, needing Emmanuel Ogbah to continue to step up, Chop Robinson to step up, get his first sack. I think he's getting closer, and Tyus Bowser too, who can kind of really be a plug and play with his knowledge of this defense.
The Jaylen Phillips thing, before you came on, I was talking about this, that the Dolphins have put themselves now, and Jaylen now is in a difficult position. They have to take it easy and be very responsible and very deliberate the way they bring him back, because you got to be concerned with Jaylen. What you don't want, I've been following sports for so long, like I have. One of the things that takes away from a player's potential is injuries. And if they all mount one after another, it takes away from their ceiling, and their ceiling becomes lower and lower and lower. So Jaylen's already suffered a major injury last year, and now he's got another injury. I think the Dolphins and Jaylen himself have to really pace yourself this time and not hurry anything, not overplay anything, and be careful, because you want to try to string together the next few years of healthy, and that way you can really reach your potential. You know what I'm saying? But if you continue to have these setbacks, it will stump you. It will stunt your growth, in other words. And you'll never really we know that Jaylen Phillips can be a monster. You can see it right there, bro. It's right in front of your screen. The guy has all the ability, but if you allow him to continue to suffer injuries, man, it's a shame. We may never see the best. So I hope they take it easy with him on the way back here.
Yeah, it really would be a shame to see that happen with Jaylen Phillips, a guy with so much promise, and a guy who has come back from all these injuries in college. I mean, he medically retired, going back to when he was at UCLA, before transferring to the University of Miami, having an exceptional 2020 season, getting drafted in the first round. And you hadn't really seen too much of it his first few years in the league until then. Obviously, that devastating Achilles injury at MetLife Stadium last Black Friday, and then now a second straight year where it happens, this time with a partially torn ACL. It's a contract year for him coming up next year in 2025. So he had the fifth-year option picked up. He's going to be playing on it. And then it's going to be a determination of whether he can stay healthy or not and play a productive full season, and what that ceiling is, as you mentioned, after coming back from an Achilles and an ACL on the same right leg. So next year will be so vital for him in terms of the future. And I would really just hate to see it for a guy with such great character. And he's even conducted himself with such a positive attitude. I asked Anthony Weaver about it today because I saw his social media post about his successful surgery. And he said for a lot of guys, this would break a lot of lesser men, a lot of lesser people. And it's just incredible how resilient he's been, and the mental fortitude that it's going to take for him again to come through another season-ending injury. The positive thing for him is that it happened early in this season, so there is still maybe more time all off season to get right, and then eventually come back at his own pace. Definitely be cautious with it, and make sure he can be his best form in 2025. See if he can have a fully healthy season and produce the way we knew him to be before these two injuries. And hopefully he produces to a level that will earn him his next contract.
Oh, dude, he can be a stud, bro. Yeah. I just want him to just take it easy with him and bring him along slowly. Let him get to 100. Let him be, really cut, because he didn't really have a good training camp to really get ready for the season. He was still getting healthy, dude, and so it's kind of a shame. And I just think when you have a super talent like that's raw, let him finally blossom. And so give him the foundation he needs. Get him healthy, bro. Just get him healthy, and then let him give him a fair opportunity to go out there and absolutely tear it up. It'll be a lot of fun to watch if he's able to do that. What are you looking at this game? You think the Dolphins can pull it off?
Yeah, I think they can. That's not what I'm officially predicting. I do have the Colts. My official prediction was Colts 20, Dolphins 17.
But did you have that with Flacco or Richardson? Because I thought the Dolphins got a huge break with Richardson.
Yeah. See, now we make our predictions early in the week, and I was basing more so on the Dolphins side of things. But the more I think, the more I'm giving myself reason why the Dolphins could pull it off. But then I also try to second guess myself and say, am I doing that to arrive at a conclusion of a Dolphins win, or am I truly feeling it? So I'm kind of like stuck in the middle with it. But I mean, I wouldn't be surprised at anything.
Deserve it. You know, the way you're thinking is the right way. This is where the Dolphins fail in these kind of moments. Mike McDaniel hasn't shown you to be a great coach in these kind of moments. So yeah, I get why you wouldn't believe it. The Flacco thing, I think that could have kept them obviously, in the game, and maybe even the Colts can win it. But Richardson, I think he is, a gift out there. I think he's going to be giving the ball away too at the same time. Although he's very injury prone, he may not even last the game too.
Right. Yeah, there is that. But I mean, you look at him, 3 touchdowns thrown to 6 interceptions. Joe Flacco, 7 touchdowns to 1 interception. So opportunity and completing 50% of passes to Flacco, 65% of passes. So that's from a passing perspective. Obviously, we know what Richardson can do in the dual
Richardson is a freakish athlete, but he's not a passer. Not yet, bro. I don't know if he ever will be. He's a thrower, but he's not a passer.
Yeah. So that's the thing why I give myself reason why to believe the Dolphins could pull it off, and maybe they can force some turnovers. I could see Jalen Ramsey baiting him into a throw and whatnot. Javon Holland, if he plays with a club, going out there and punching a ball with that big ass club, that would be cool to see. The way he did Week 1 against Jacksonville. But so in a way, it's a gift. But then there's also a whole another element of what the Dolphins have to defend in the extension of plays that he could create and him running the ball himself. But another big thing for the Dolphins would be Jonathan Taylor has missed the Wednesday's practice and Thursday's practice this week. So if he's not playing, then that run game looks a lot different for the Colts. So that's another reason why you could see some optimism for the Dolphins to pull off this road win.
Yeah. I hope so, man. I hope that they're able to pull off the road win. It would be nice. Injury-wise, who are they getting back?
Yeah, I mean, we did just have an injury report released, so a lot things similar. I mean, I think Devon Achane, after 2 full practices on the injury report, as he goes through concussion protocol, indicates he's in phase 5. So this being Thursday, then if no more symptoms, then maybe we find out tomorrow that he was cleared. Maybe it takes one more day to get that final clearance. But Javon Holland still going through some limitations, wearing some protective wrapping on that left hand. When balls are thrown to him in DB drills, he's one time I saw it not thrown, but then another time he'll catch it with one hand. So obviously that would create some limitations as far as coverage abilities and whatnot. Jordan Poyer is trying to work back from the shin, so 2 safeties there with their status in question. It's Marcus May if one of them doesn't go, and then it's Elijah Campbell with him if neither one of those can go. And I think like Emmanuel Ogbah, he had this bicep issue pop up this week after he appeared to make it through the New England game just fine. I would anticipate he's probably going to play, but that is just something to monitor with him, of course.
Okay. All right. Good stuff there. Tua, you expect him next week, right? No matter what they said. I know they kept it all vague, but since he traveled to Seattle, dude, you can tell he's probably one of those coconut heads that, okay, it can get rattled, but he bounces back quickly. Because there's no way you make a Seattle trip without the approval of a neurosurgeon, bro. I'm sorry. You know what I'm saying? You talked to a doctor before you were approved to go on a 5.5-hour flight with that kind of cabin pressure and your situation. So he's got to be ready, bro. He'll be playing against Arizona next week, right?
Yeah, well, here's the thing, and why probably a lot of things have been kept vague. And my understanding is, since he can't practice officially while he's on injured reserve, then he can't go through the final stages of concussion protocol, which involve going through practice. And maybe it's different for a quarterback because the fourth phase is going through football-specific practices without contact, and the fifth one is a full practice with contact, which quarterbacks don't experience contact in practice anyway, so that's different for them. But it seems to tell me they're kind of like sitting at that phase because he cannot be designated for return to begin practice until he has met the 4 games missed required minimum on IR. So, I've debated with my colleague Chris Perkins, who you'll probably have post game again, as far as just the IR decision with him, because it seems like you said that he's been recovering fine, and all the feedback that we hear about has been positive. And actually, his first game that he's eligible back, which would be Sunday the 27th against Arizona, that's then.
What's Parkin's argument that they wasted an IR space on him?
I'm sorry, what?
What's Perkins' argument that they wasted the IR space on him? Just keep him on the active roster instead?
Well, I was kind of saying that because the IR decision then limits that you can't even bring him back to practice and then get him through that final protocol phase. And you could have had him back 38 days after the original concussion is suffered if you give him through the bye week. And then, granted, you have him on the roster for 3 games that he has to miss if you go that route. But you could have him for this game coming up 38 days instead of 45 days after the concussion is suffered, which is still a lot of recovery.
So they just went with optics, you think, huh? That's it, huh? Optics.
I think that was part of it. I think how scary it was initially, and just feeling, well, if he probably going off the concussion history, how long the last one took to recover from, where he wasn't cleared through protocol. It was more than 30 days because it was December 25th, that Christmas Day game against the Packers, and it wasn't until the start of February so he went through the whole January without it, while still in concussion protocol. But I just wondered, especially with a game that's going to be so pivotal in terms of swing in the Dolphins' record, 2-4 versus 3-3. I do wonder about it, but it would certainly all be justified if the Dolphins pull out a win and can get to 3-3 without him. But then, right, it would be huge to have Tua come back to a 3-3 team instead of having to dig the Dolphins out from 2-4. But I do just wonder if they could have had him available for this one. But I understand the bigger picture as well of just avoiding the questions every week, the timeline, not putting any timeline pressure, not taking it week to week. But especially having that early bye, I just wonder if it could have been more beneficial to just take it week to week, how all other concussions are treated in the NFL. Like, you don't see this with Devon Achane, Kendall Fuller, Teron Armstead, other quarterbacks on other teams. But we know Tua's concussion history is different than those others.
You have a point. You've wasted roster space over the last couple of years with people like Tanner Conner anyways. Like, that guy's never earned a roster spot, and yet he's been on your roster the last couple of years, taking up a spot. He's not even on the practice squad. He's on the active roster, right? Right. I mean,
yeah.
So,
Ethan Bonner has been inactive for 4 of the 5 games.
Okay, but there's something about him that, because defensive backs, whatever, and he looked good in training camp in the preseason. So you need that depth. You've been burned with that. Okay, fine. But this kid hasn't shown you shit and at all. And Julian Hill is a guy that I like him, actually, compared to Tanner Conner. There's nothing. I haven't seen anything from Tanner Conner. I know that he can run like a deer, but outside of that, I haven't watched anything that I can say, oh, yeah, no, I like this guy. Julian Hill, I can see the ability, the blocking, the running, the catching, but obviously he makes so many damn mistakes. It's frustrating, but okay, I can understand that one. But people like Tanner Conner, yeah, it backs your point up, dude. It just backs your point up,
Right.
Yeah. You've wasted space with other people. Why not keep Tua on the active roster
starting quarterback in case he could? Yeah, he could be available. Yeah,
and save one of those IR moves. I'm with you. I'm with you.
Yeah, and once you do that, then he's able to participate in practice and go through those final phases, where right now he cannot while he's on IR.
Right. No, I like it. I like your thinking. I like your thinking there. All right. Follow him on Twitter at @DavidFuronis_ and catch his work there at the South Florida Sun Sentinel. He'll be back post game live with us there in Indianapolis, but he'll be in the stadium. We'll be at Tavern on South eating some good food. Anyway, David, appreciate you. Safe travels, my brother. Oh, by the way, what are you doing Sunday night? What are you doing Sunday night?
Getting dinner somewhere in Indy.
Let's go to Lario's. Have you been to Lario's, the Italian place?
I've not. I've been to St. Elmo's. I've been to Prime. I've been to Tony's. Been to what else? I mean, I can name several, but I don't think that sports bar that we checked out one time.
Yes. Yeah. But this is like 5 minutes outside of downtown.
Oh, okay.
It is authentic Italian, family style. You walk in and it's like pure, like you're walking into Italy, and you're like, wait a minute, am I in Indianapolis? What the, it's like one of those deals. Okay. Like seriously, like real Italians running the damn place. You know what I'm saying? Like when you walk in, you're like, holy shit. So you haven't had Lario's?
No. I mean, I haven't ventured much out of the downtown area.
Dr. Perkins, and see if he wants to go. It's a 5-minute Uber ride, bro. It's nothing.
Okay.
We'll go after I'm done with the broadcast. You're done with writing, and so's Perk, and we're all done. Let's all go to Lario's.
Well, it's me and Hyde on this trip.
Hyde. All right, so let's take Hyde to Lario's. I don't know if he's ever been there, but it's really, really good stuff. All right. You good? I can't hear him.
Okay. All right.
Good shit.
I'm in.
All right, you got it. Be safe. I'll catch you in Indy. All right. I'll catch you in Indy. Be good.
Yes, sir.
All right, there you go. The great David Furonis, Welton Rayom, 954-966-4646.
This has been another session of the Welton Rayom Miami Dolphins Report with David Furonis. At Welton Rayom, they don't get paid unless you win. They handle complex personal injury claims caused by the fault of another in both state and federal courts. They handle auto, trucking, motorcycle slip and fall, and bicycle accidents. Call 954-966-4646. Welton Rayom can help.
All right. We are back, and the great Steve Calibro joining us. And remember your $100 again, no regret first bet. Take advantage. Take advantage. Use that QR code, and don't use the same. If you happen to have already a Hard Rock account, use a different email or phone number so you can get the $100. Looking out for you. Yes, sir.
I got a beef.
What happened?
I got a beef.
What happened?
If I tell the Jersey guy this, he's going to get upset.
Why?
I walk over here. You're inviting all these people to this nice Italian restaurant.
It's in Indianapolis.
Except the Italian guy.
Are you going to Indy?
You don't know. Maybe I am. Maybe I am.
That doesn't sound like you're going.
If the restaurant was worth it, maybe I would.
Oh, it is worth it. It is worth it.
You're talking to me that this is what you have me to believe. An Italian guy from New Jersey. He's going to go to Indianapolis. This is where good Italian food is.
You're going to see
a couple of lost Italians out there.
Yeah, great Italian. It is. Mr.
That just tells you
we're
everywhere.
He's there.
We're everywhere.
Yeah, he's there, and the family and all that. It's like it's an awesome restaurant with a bar, and the Peronis are flowing, baby. You know.
I don't like that Italian beer.
No?
Nah, it's a little bitter, to be honest with you.
Well,
I go to Italy, I'm drinking
which one
Coors Light or something like that.
You're Italians, boy. Did you see what they just did? They raised what's it called? Capital gains taxes from 26 to 42%.
Yeah, see. Now that's
I thought she was
Bitcoin. For Bitcoin.
And but they're doing it specifically for Bitcoin because
but it's everything.
It's everything.
Yeah. But that's pretty bad. That's European. That European model doesn't work.
Of course not.
And she's a decent prime minister, but apparently not that decent.
Okay, so your population is dying. you're
leaving Italy,
dying and leaving. You're losing more than everybody else in Europe. Your manufacturing's gone to shit. Your technology's gone to shit. Your young people are leaving the country to go find work everywhere. Do you know who are the most people interested in Bitcoin and cryptocurrency and DeFi and all that?
In Europe?
No, in general, young people.
Young people, yeah.
So now you're going to piss off the people you're already losing by raising their corporate.
I have the answer, Big O.
It's just like
we know how to cook really good food. That's about it.
That's about it.
And I guess we used to build really nice.
You can play soccer
and nice cathedrals. We built really nice churches
back in the day. Yeah,
yeah, we built some nice stuff.
Legendary.
You know, painted some ceilings pretty well too. But
Yeah.
the
And you can make some wine.
and we can make a decent wine. I'm not a big wine drinker. I'm not really a big drinker, but
you can make decent wine, bro.
But I got to tell you, Amarone, that if you just try yourself a nice bottle of Amarone.
Yeah.
I like Tomasi. It's a delicious, man. It's unbelievable. Like, I don't really say that about most wine.
Right.
You know,
But it's like, wow, dude, you're gonna like scare off the future of your country. Like
but that's also the European model. They're overtaxing. In France, they have these overtaxes. In Italy now, it's 26 to 43, 42. That's insane.
26 to 42%.
Well, we're not citizens of Italy, so we're in good shape.
No,
we're in good shape.
Well, you know, that's but
there might be some new Italian restaurants opening up in the United States soon.
There might be.
There
might be.
Couple of Italians leaving the country.
They might be opening up in Costa Rica or Panama or something like that. They might be going because they want a little freedom. So yeah.
Anyhow, so the Jersey guy has some picks, and I think
I love it.
I think he's lost his marbles.
Oh, wait a minute.
I think he's lost his marbles.
Yeah, that's usually a weekly.
No,
thing.
but
That's
he did good
call,
last
John.
time. He did a really good. He had good picks last time. But
did. You're right. Actually, he did.
These picks, he's picked the most difficult games. You know how you stay. Sometimes there's those games. Just I know, but stay away from some games. All right, here we go.
Okay. What you got?
Lions over the Vikes, -1.5. It's not the end of the world.
Okay.
That's not the end of the world. That's okay. He's not losing his mind completely.
But Lions get 1.5.
Yeah.
From the Vikes.
No.
Yes.
Yeah.
Lions,
Vikes are. Yeah.
Lions plus 1.5.
Yeah. I mean, it's in Minnesota.
Yeah. I get it.
Sooner or later they're going to catch up with them, right? I mean, I don't know. It's a weird thing to bet on, but
I mean, I can see the Lions winning the game by a field goal
easily. I can see them winning by more than a field goal.
Yeah. No, I mean, if there's turnovers, of course. If Sam Darnold becomes Sam Darnold again,
the Sam Darnold we know and love.
Right now, he's not Sam Darnold. Right now, he's not the Sam Darnold we all recognize. We're giving him credit, but we don't recognize.
He's just one of those jet quarterbacks that left the organization and actually is doing pretty well.
Right now, we look at Sam Darnold and we say, fake news. Fake news.
Anyhow, next one, you guys aren't gonna like it. See, I
taking the Colts.
No, Falcons over the Seahawks -3. Falcons. Now you guys are anti-Falcons. You're anti what's his name, Cousins and the whole 9 yards. But is Cousins playing a little better? Are the Falcons doing pretty good?
They're all right, but the Seahawks ain't anything special.
That's what I'm saying. So the Falcons.
No, it makes sense. No,
but you guys are anti-Falconers.
I'm not anti-Falconer. It's just
you gave me all kinds of crap.
I'm not impressed on. I'm not impressed on on the Falcons or Kirk Cousins or anything like that. So
they're doing exactly what I said.
But against
they're going to win their division.
But they're home against the Seahawks, giving 3.
Yeah,
I can see that one.
Right? That's a win.
Yeah, I can see that.
I guess he hasn't lost his head. Here he goes. This is a tough game. I don't know. Chiefs over the Niners. -1.5. It's unbelievable to me, right? It's unbelievable. It's like, I guess.
So the Chiefs are getting
1.5.
Oh God, yes.
Chiefs are getting 1.5.
Oh God, yes.
Chiefs should win, right?
I would bet.
It's in San Francisco. It's in San Francisco.
I don't care. I don't care.
So it's
don't matter to me. The Chiefs are the better team. They've got the better.
So maybe the Jersey guy, maybe he isn't going nuts. I just think they're tough games. They're tight. They're hard games to.
It's tough, but I like the Chiefs, man.
So he's got the Chiefs.
They're playing with character coming off the Super Bowl. They're undefeated. No. I and they've had a couple of those ugly games where they had to pull them off at the end.
2 games that they maybe could have lost. Yeah, 2 or 3 games.
But that's fine. That's going to happen. Even a good teams, bad teams, middle of the road teams. There's a couple of those ugly games you got to find a way to win, dude. And the good teams find a way to win, and they've done it. I love this one, by the way, by him.
The Jersey guy, I think he's lost his mind a little. Because he used to give us 3 picks.
He's going with the Jets?
No. He's not that bad. So
first I thought he was bringing the Colts. Then he's lost his mind. He's going with the Jets.
No. He's not going with the Colts. He didn't want to touch the Miami game because he felt like, we're Miami and he didn't want to hurt us. But he picked a 4th game.
By the way, I took the Dolphins on Monday +4.
Plus what?
+4.
+4. It's +3 now.
No, right. That's why I took it early because I thought maybe somebody would come in.
He's given us 4 games now. For all last year and the year before, he gave us 3 games. Now he's giving us 4. I think he's confused. Maybe he's giving us. He feels he's giving us a bonus pick. He writes here a lot of points, but Commanders -8 over the Panthers. I like that one. The Panthers stink.
Oh, the Panthers are absolutely
the Panthers are really
horrible.
bad.
Yes,
the Panthers are really bad. They could easily lose by 10 points.
Yeah, it is -8.
-8. That's
and
a little tough.
Home.
If it was -7. Be a little different bet, but -8. I mean, but Carolina really stinks. Is Dalton going to start or is Dalton? It's all Dalton.
Yeah.
Yeah. So what do you think about that one?
It's a tough one. I like the Chiefs one a lot better than that one.
So double down on the Chiefs one.
But if I'm gonna bet, I have to lay the 8 because I think they could easily lose by 10.
Yeah,
they
could lose by 20. They could lose by 20.
Jayden Daniels plays. He's a real passer.
He's unbelievable.
He's a passer. He's a real quarterback.
He's
not
a real
thrower.
He's the real deal.
Passer. He sees through windows. He has anticipatory skills.
You know what I worry about?
He's good.
He's gonna confuse. So Jayden Daniels is going to confuse a lot of organizations that they can find another Jayden Daniels. What you've gotten Jayden Daniels is something special. A guy that was, 2 months ago.
And by the way, he's not a great runner.
He's not bad though. He can scramble. He can scramble.
But that's good.
Yeah, so he doesn't. Yeah, so
it shows you that but it shows you he's a quarterback that doesn't rely on his legs to survive.
He relies on his mind.
Super smart.
Relies on his mind.
Super smart. He knows how to work the guys with his eyes. I was really impressed when I watched the game last week. I said, well, I see an athlete playing quarterback like I've watched for 7 years. And then I watched a real quarterback in Jayden Daniels.
Yeah.
And, Lamar's a fantastic young man, but he is an athlete still playing quarterback.
Yeah. And he's a runner.
He's a runner. He's a runner. He has to run in order to be a good quarterback.
At least 40% of the time, he
has to be
either thinking run or running.
Yeah. But this kid, Daniels, he's the shit, dude.
He's got the real deal.
He's the real deal.
Now,
he really sees the game, bro.
Before we go on to something, I appreciate you. Sports betting is alive and well now in Hialeah Park. You got the
no
QR
regret,
code, the no regret bet. It's all about sports betting. We're in the meat of it all. But the next thing it would be the Jersey guy and I were talking about Miami, and he said, he just said it out of the blue. He said, that coach, that McDaniels, he's like a video game coach or something. That's what he's like.
Coach.
He's just like, are you kidding me? Like he's just not there. So now we're talking about what is going to be our future as from the Miami Dolphin fan base.
They're keeping him.
We're going to keep him next year.
All of them. They signed all of them to contracts. They extended all of them. You can't hire a new coach because then he inherits everything you sign. You can't sign a new GM because he inherits everything you sign. So if they fail, because obviously there's still hope. Okay, there's still hope because if they go 3-3 and they can come back, and if Tua wants to actually play smart and take care of himself, maybe they can make something out of this. But if it falls apart, then they'll go into we got to try to fix it. And then they'll go through it. And if that fails, then they blow you out 2 years down the line.
A year and a half or a year and a half.
Yeah, because then you're in
season plus,
and then you're into the third year of the Tyreek deal. You're into the third year of the
Waddle deal. We have 18 months. We could have
then you'll have flexibility that you can start to make moves, rebuild, and then because also a general manager comes in and a general manager is going to go, don't judge me for the first couple of years here.
Not the first year, that's for sure.
First couple of years, because he has to get out of salaries and all that, because he's going to want to do things his way. So they're not going to want a complete teardown. They're going to try to tweak it first and try to save what they're building. So and then Ross has just, if he extended Tua, extended Waddle, extended Tyreek, extended Ramsey, extended the head coach. He also extended Chris Greer. He had to have extended the front office.
It's not news, but it's probably.
It's not, because they don't have to say it. But you've extended everybody. You just can't fire everybody next year. It's just not realistic, dude.
I couldn't agree with you more, but
I'm just telling you the finances behind it. And so you'll go through this year and next year.
And then the following year is a building year.
And the following year will be the rebuilding year if things go awry. Now, if somehow or another Mike McDaniel had to come to Jesus last week and we should run the ball. Oh, wow, we should use the tight end. And then this leads to something when Tua comes back, then maybe we got something. But if it's the same shit, then we're going to go through some really rough patches, because this is a team that should have 1 or 2 more wins already, and we're only in game 6. Because you don't have 1 or 2 extra wins because you don't have a good head coach. And ultimately, that might be the thing that kills everything, that you have the wrong head coach, because this team is actually better than what it's played.
They got a lot of good skilled players. There's no doubt about it, right? Now, it's
are they a tough trench team?
No. But there's another thing I don't like. You are McDaniels. You are McDaniel. That's right. McDaniel and Greer, right? You have a quarterback with a glass chin. Literally. You know that. It's like,
yeah, but does he know that? Because
come on, McDaniel knows it.
No, I'm talking about, does Tua know he has a glass jaw?
No, but that
clearly
doesn't matter.
doesn't.
That doesn't matter. So it would behoove me that they would have had a good backup. Pay some money. Pay somebody $7 million or $8 million.
They had to have tried.
That's the only
had
thing.
to have tried.
I guess that's the only comeback. But
they had to have tried. I have to think that. I mean, could your assessment be that bad that you stuck with White and
no? You stuck with what do you call it? Skyler.
But White and Skyler is what I'm saying.
You spent a year and a half with Skyler, and you said, "This is my guy."
2+ years.
Just in case Tua goes down and he's got a glass chin, I got Skyler. Don't worry. Come on, that's like almost like craziness.
No, it's fire.
The more I say it, I don't even want to say it.
That's a fireable offense by the head coach.
It's crazy,
because you're supposed to know quarterbacks.
At any rate,
but see, now we're realizing they all used to say the offense was Tyreek. Well, nobody can get Tyreek the ball because he does nothing now. Everybody used to say, "Oh, well, Mike McDaniel could make anybody a quarterback." Well, why doesn't he?
Yeah. Why?
So now we're realizing that the straw that stirs the drink is Tua Tagovailoa.
Yeah.
Okay. But now Tua's got to learn to play smart. That's the last piece to the puzzle for him, at least. If he wants to survive in this league, he has to play smart and stop being stupid, thinking he's some kind of football player. But he's a passer, bro. And that's it.
But think about what you're also saying. Think about really what you're saying there. You got to, let's say he comes back and he plays this year, the rest of this year. That's going to be 10 more games. The following year is another season, right? You're telling me that that the management of the team doesn't think that Tua could potentially get hurt.
Oh yeah, no, at this point now, they're done.
If he gets hurt bad with another concussion.
No, and now they know. Now they're screwed. Now they know they have to go get a quarterback. Now it's not just about getting a backup quarterback.
So what do you do
now? It's about a draft pick. If you're in position, because if you win too many games, you may not be in position to draft the guy you want in the first round. You may take a project in the second or third, but you're not really taking the guy you want because you got to be in the top.
You got to be in the top 5 or 6. Yeah, Yeah. Anyway, so just wanted to stop by, tell you that
appreciate
you. All alive. Everything's alive and well.
What do we got given away next?
No, it's a Mercedes. We're going with a Mercedes.
Oh, pobrecito.
Poor guys.
Really? You couldn't get the Yugo?
No,
what a cheap bastard you are.
Available.
A Mercedes.
It wasn't available. We're going with a Mercedes.
You couldn't have gotten a Yugo.
No,
a Miata.
I set you up for that one.
A Miata.
The Miata wasn't available in that
Fiero.
color we liked.
A Fiero.
Fiero, I could have got.
A Fiero GT.
I didn't know they made it.
I mean, there were so many quality vehicles out there.
Well, listen.
You settled for Mercedes?
No, I didn't settle. I said that. Let me tell you, our customer base loves Mercedes. Our customer base loves Mercedes. No, they love Mercedes.
A Studebaker?
They love Mercedes. Listen,
a Falcon?
If you live in South Jersey, South Florida, Miami-Dade,
an AMC Pacer,
and I love that. That was a beauty. But anyhow, so and you migrated from an island in the Caribbean, and
right.
you made it. You got yourself a Mercedes, and you're living in Coral Gables.
For sure.
That's plain and simple. That's like it's
Cocoa
very simple.
Plum, not just Coral Gables. You
Cocoa
live in
Plum.
Cocoa Plum.
Yes. So that's
okay.
Yeah. So that's what everybody's aspiring to. So we went with the Mercedes.
Okay.
It's the Saturday after Thanksgiving. Saturday after Thanksgiving.
Okay.
So that's 1 a.m. Well, it's the Saturday gaming day. And look, you notice that the poker room's got a little with the wheel. You like the wheel?
The wheels. No, everybody's hearing about it. Like the wheel's amazing.
The wheel, and
it was so. You predicted it, by the way, because you said we're going to add some real spice to it. And it has lit up the entire place.
I want to invite another guy. Have you met Harold?
No.
We got to bring Harold over. So not today, in a future day, maybe next week. Harold's like one of our quasi poker. He's an employee of ours. He's like an ambassador. He helps us promote the sports betting and poker. And now he also.
So let me ask you something. Are you adding one of those wheels downstairs too?
Not yet. But Harold.
Because I was wondering about that.
Harold thinks he knows everything about football. So he might all of a sudden he's gonna be challenging you.
All right,
and he has.
You know what?
And look, I'm gonna
let's test him with Harold's picks on Friday.
All right, this
next Friday, or next Thursday.
Next Thursday.
Next Thursday, Harold's picks.
Yeah, Jersey guy's gonna give me a little shit next time he sees me.
That's fine, but
that's all right. That's all right. We're an equal opportunity picker.
Last time I checked, we're like in a gambling establishment.
Yeah, we can have multiple people. Actually.
Kind of the idea.
What do all the networks do? They have multiple people picking.
Yeah,
it allows your viewers to say, "Hey, this is Big O's picks.
Right.
This is Jersey Guy's picks. This is Harold's picks."
And
now
Harold might get hot,
but
Harold might also put us in the unemployment line and might bankrupt us. But hey, you just never
Harold's
know.
hot ones.
Harold hot. Yeah.
So now
we'll even create some imaging if he does get hot.
You can break his stones. There's a lot of. I'm giving you.
Well, that's the easy part for me.
No, but I'm going to give you some ammunition.
You should know that.
He's a Raiders fan.
Oh,
he's from Miami.
Oh, the young guy.
Yeah. That's Harold.
Yeah. We talk to Harold all the time.
Oh, yeah. So we got to bring him in. Yeah. He's a Raiders fan. He's from Miami. What is this kid doing? He's a Raiders fan from Miami.
But he's admitted, my Raiders are going nowhere. So at least
everybody in the country has admitted that, including the Raiders by trading Devontae to.
Yeah.
Let's just get rid of one of our best players.
That was the right move. They were going nowhere
because he wasn't going to play for them.
And if you hang another year or two, you will get nothing for him, and he just ages for you. Might as well.
But they didn't get really much. They got like a 3rd-round pick.
He's a 31-year-old wide receiver.
Yeah, I guess.
So they've got the AARP card over there with the 31-year-old wide receiver and a 40-year-old quarterback.
Listen,
by the way, I still think nothing's going to happen because I think Rodgers will break down. Yeah, he was like calling to Jesus in the middle of the game, hoping he was in a dark retreat. Oh my God, he was getting hit left and right.
Listen, though,
and so now you're going to add Devontae, so you're going to try to pass more behind that line.
Behind that offensive line. Good luck. So Big O, I am on the verge of losing a wager. My friend Andre, he's a big.
I was going to say we didn't bet on Bitcoin getting to 100,000.
I bet him that. I bet the over under on Aaron Rodgers, 8 games. So 8 games or less, he's going to get injured. So I'm not rooting for anybody to get injured, but I lose the bet.
You were close.
It does sound a little like that.
You almost had it this week.
I almost had it even 2 weeks ago. I had almost had it too. I was sending some nasty texts.
I don't wish him anything bad, but I don't think he lasts anyways. Plus, karma, I think, is just after his ass.
Yeah, he's a bad guy.
He's such a bad karma
He's a bad
person
guy.
that
Yeah,
he has just spread so much bad karma that I think it just comes back to bite him in the ass constantly. I think it's going to happen again.
So anyhow,
plus he's a Jet. So that's kind of a way of life.
You know, I think Woody Johnson could be the problem in the Jets organization.
Oh yeah, there's no doubt he's
part of the problem. He's like
Jerry Jones-ish.
Yes, he took the words out of my
Meddling.
mouth. He's like a quiet Jerry Jones, like kind of like he's not as boisterous and outgoing as Jerry Jones, but
any 80-year-old man that's walking around with bling like that is just that's sad.
You know the story of the Johnson, Johnson & Johnson is in New Jersey. Did I mention that? Yeah. So Johnson. And so I think Woody Johnson's father or grandfather, ended up with the housekeeper, this Polish housekeeper. And she's got like a piece of the Johnson & Johnson, net worth there.
So Polacks aren't dumb.
No, not in this one.
Okay.
Not this one. She was quite smart,
so,
actually. She was quite smart, actually.
That whole stereotype we had growing up and the joke, how many Polacks did it take?
No, this one.
We all know that joke.
This one has bucked the trend.
Bucked the trend.
No pun intended. But she was, that was the whole thing. And Johnson was in New Brunswick, New Jersey. And the big Johnson family lived there. And this is when they owned Hess Oil and they owned the Jets and stuff. And then, it was a little bit of a escapade.
So she took hold of a Johnson and grabbed a piece of the Johnson.
And she now owns the Johnsons.
Okay.
A portion of the Johnsons.
Anyhow,
little note of trivia there.
On that note,
be good. Take care, guys.
All right, Steve. Appreciate you. Steve Calibro, baby. The man with the biggest Johnson in the building. There you go. All right. Anyway, remember, right there, $100, no regret first bet. Use that QR code, and you're in. Pat in Nashville says, tell Steve I really need that boat and internet and clean water and some trees cut up and hauled off. Pat in Nashville. So he needs the boat because he's been flooded. Okay. He needs the internet right now. He needs clean water. He has to I think he has internet now, but for like a week, he would have to travel 5 miles to go get internet. He went to listen to the Dolphin game by going to go get internet. Yeah. But an area that's supposed to be climate, safe. And unfortunately, Mother Nature's saying, bitch, you ain't getting away from me. No matter where you're at, you can hide, but you can't get away. Well, there you go. Yeah. You don't have to live near the ocean to have trouble. No doubt. All right, Steve. Pat, much love, my brother. Hang in there, man. It's crazy. And none of us are safe anymore from Mother Nature. That incident in North Carolina and Tennessee and all those areas, that should teach us everything that we need to know, that we're all, dude, how about in Orlando and Central Florida? The flooding that's going on there. They have rivers that are still, they haven't crested yet. They haven't even, it's going to take like a couple of weeks. This is in Central Florida. Go check it out. Wakalaki. It's not the Loxahatchee, but it's some other funky name. And that thing is just houses that are like under 8-9 feet of water. And it's Central Florida, where you thought, okay, well, we're safer than St. Pete or Hollywood or Miami or Key West or whatever. And no, nobody, they have had flooding like we haven't seen here in Miami ever. At least not in my lifetime. Nobody is safe anymore. Nobody is safe. And because we have built so much, the more concrete you add. Last time I checked, is Vegas in the on the coast? No. And the strip gets flooded all the time. They have raging rivers running through the strip when there's a lot of rain. None of us are safe anymore. Wherever you're at, you're susceptible to it, one way or the other. Raiders got less for Adams was also because of his contract. Yeah, exactly. 31 contract, all that stuff. You're not going to get a lot, but you have to do it now because you won't get anything down the line. And then if he breaks down, you can forget about it. Pat in Nashville says, lost internet again 2 days ago, back in a pool hall parking lot. LOL. Wow. That's crazy, dude. I'm so sorry, Pat. I'm so sorry about that. That's absolutely insanity, man. And we're just not prepared for it. No one is ever prepared for this kind of stuff. No matter what. Nobody is ever prepared for this. Let's get to a little music and entertainment. We always like talking about that, and I always like mentioning. Let's start off with birthdays. And by the way, don't forget the latest edition of the Crypto Bro Show. Today's Thursday edition is out, episode 13. We dropped it at noon, did it live as always. So please go check it out. Hit the like button. Help us grow that channel, or that help us grow this channel, but help us grow that what's it called? Segment of our channel. All right, let's go with birthdays today. Let's go with musicians born on October 17th. Marshall Bruce Mathers III. That's Eminem, baby. The real Slim Shady, born in 1972. Wyclef Jean. Man, this is starting off strong. Haitian rapper, Fugees, 1972. Chris Kirkpatrick from NSYNC, 1971. Ziggy Marley. How about that? Son of Bob Marley. And, of course, accomplished musician himself. Ziggy was born in 1968 on this date. Alan Jackson, country singer, recorded over a dozen albums. More than 50 of his singles have appeared on Billboard's list of top 30 country songs. 35 were number one hits. He's the recipient of 2 Grammys, 16 CMAs, and 17 ACM awards, and a member of the Grand Ole Opry. Okay. Frank Cosmo, known as a former lead singer of the band Orion the Hunter, that is. Who else? Celebrating Jim Tucker, rhythm guitars for the Turtles. So happy together. David St. Hubbins. Sir, our amplifiers go to 11. Vocalist for Spinal Tap, born in 1947. Jim Seals from Seals and Croft. Summer breeze makes me feel fine. All right, born in 1941. He died at the age of 80 in 22. Michael Eavis, whose land was used to hold Glastonbury Festival. Born in this date in 1935. Rico Rodriguez, Cuban-born Jamaican ska and reggae trombonist from The Specials. How about that? I had no idea that he was Cuban-born. And I listen to The Specials all the time because I'm a big ska guy. Specials are, when you talk foundationally about, some of the early bands of ska, The Specials have to be one of the kings of that. Okay? All right. That's musicians. Let's go with other famous folk celebrating birthdays today. And we start off with, let's see, Kimi Raikkonen, race car driver, is 45 years old. Most of the people that I saw on that list were the ones on this list that I know of. Who else? Damn, kind of weak for the actors and other type of folk. Matthew McFadden, movie actor, is 50. Charles Oliveira, MMA fighter, is 35. Norm Macdonald, comedian, born in this date in 59. We lost him sadly in 21. Funny dude, man. Funny ass dude. Rita Hayworth was born in 1918. We lost her in 87. And that is it for famous folk. Sean Stanley, sir. Do we have any wrestlers born on this date?
We do. Black Cat was born on this date in 1954. We lost him in 2006. Kaylee Turner, she turns 36. Mahabali Shira turns 34. And newly appointed NFL Hall of Famer Steve McMichael turns 67.
Okay.
Mungo.
There you go. Those are your birthdays today. All right. Let's move over to what happened today in music history, right? October 17th in music history. We start off in 1989. Billy Joel released the album Stormfront, which featured the hit singles We Didn't Start the Fire, and I Go to Extremes. I hate that song, We Didn't Start the Fire. In 99, Bruce, and I love Billy. Love everything about Billy's music except that song. In 99, Bruce Springsteen and the E Street Band played the first rock concert at the brand new Staples Center in Los Angeles. In 64, Manfred Mann had the number one song in the country with Do-a-dee-dee-dee-dum-dee-dee-doo. It spent 2 weeks at the top of the charts. In 99, Santana had their first number one album in 28 years with their record Supernatural. It topped the charts. In 85, in an interview with England's The Observer magazine, Oasis's Noel Gallagher said he wished Damon Albarn and Alex Koch of Blur would die from AIDS. Noel later retracted the comment. He's just an asshole. Always has been. In 98, and still is. In 98, the Bare Naked Ladies had the number one song in the country with 1 Week, which spent 1 week in the top of the spot of the charts. In 2008, Guns N' Roses announced that that their long-awaited album, Chinese Democracy, would finally be coming out in 1 week. And that's what happened today in music history. By the way, if you're a Universal fan and you just can't get enough of the parks in Orlando, a fourth theme park in Central Florida will be open just in time for Memorial Day next year, upping the competition against Disney. Epic Universal will open to visitors on May 22nd with themed areas based on Harry Potter, Super Nintendo, and How to Train Your Dragon, as well as monster movie brands, Universal officials said. This is such a pivotal moment for our destination, and we're thrilled to welcome guests to Epic Universal next year, said Karen Irwin, President and Chief Operating Officer of Universal Orlando Resort. Let me see if there's anything else, because it's talking about tickets, vacation packages, yada, yada, yada. Yeah. Okay. So nothing else. So you get nothing specific, at least, about the fourth theme park. So you're going to get a fourth theme park there. Not bad. Not bad. Little extra entertainment for you. Big O, can we get the Miami Heat a victory cigar? No. Nah, it's the preseason. You don't get a victory cigar for the preseason. You got to get to when you don't give me effort in the regular season, I'm not going to give you any credit in the preseason. I'll do it for the Panthers because they work hard in the regular season, and then they work even harder in the postseason, and they won a title. So if they win in the preseason, I can give them, even though I don't think we even did it. I don't even know if I mentioned any of their preseason games, and they won the title. So, yeah, no, I mentioned that they won, but no, they don't get a – no. Not after the 2 regular seasons, my brother. You got to earn it here on this show. We can't be pure fanboys on that. Big O, check your email. I sent you the question from yesterday. Oh, wow. I am. Drum roll, please. Do you have that soundbite? Damn, you should have that soundbite there. Let's see. He said he sent it. Okay. Now I'm frozen here. I'm frozen. What's going on here? Come on. Now I don't know why I'm having trouble with the damn email. It's not even moving, bro. I'm sorry. I'm trying to get a handle on the thing, and it won't move.
Oscar Rojas, nobody wants that question asked.
Yeah, no, apparently Yahoo doesn't want me to even get to that question. Holy shit. Oscar Rojas. Here we go. I refreshed it. And now let's see if I can get it done. Here we go. I don't see your question, dude. Oh, I bet you got spammed too, huh? Let's see. Did you get spammed? Oh, dude, you know what? In the spam I'm seeing, you better look for the ums and ahs. There's some people that got sent to spam for ums and ahs. Ray Grullon, Jamie Zorrilla, Jesse Vogel. Let me move it myself right here. Bullshit. Oh, poor guys, man. They won't be included. Thank God by the way, nice job by you sending that in, even though we still don't have your question. But you helped others in the contest. Sharing is caring. I don't know. I put them to the inbox. That's, if they weren't by midnight, you know what to do with them. Dude, I didn't get your question. You're something's going on with your deal, bro. Because I didn't even get your question. And it's not even on spam. I'm so sorry, brother. I don't know what the hell happened. But you did save 3 people for the contest. And that, you deserve a lot of love for that, bro. Because I don't know if Sean would have looked at you probably wouldn't have, right? You wouldn't have thought of looking in the spam. Why? You wouldn't have looked to see if any of the people that were trying the contest in spam. You wouldn't have. Yeah, I know. Because he has access to that email, but definitely not. So, good job by you, sir. That lots of love there on that one. All right. Let's see. The planet is always transferring heat from the equator out, and hurricanes play a role in that. Big O, ironic emails since McDonald's oohs and ahs are mostly spam. McD's are mostly spam. Yeah, they usually are. You're probably right. All right, we're going to wrap it up, folks. We thank you all out there, as always, for tuning in. Appreciate those of you that send in a super chat. If you can also make a donation anytime, anywhere, Cash App or Venmo at Cash Big O Show. That's Cash Big O Show. You can use our QR codes there too, Cash App or Venmo. You can make a Bitcoin or Ethereum donation, which we always appreciate it. We thank David Furones. We thank the great Steve Calibro. We thank Mr. Brunetti and the Brunetti family, as always, being proud sponsors of our program and our platform. Don't forget to check out the latest edition of the Crypto Bro Show. Latest edition just aired this afternoon at noon. So brought a lot of information there. And for those of you that want to get educated about crypto, Bitcoin, the blockchain, all of that, there you go, man. You got your entire platform there. We're up to 13 episodes, so you can watch that episode and watch others. Hit the like button across the board on all of them. Get it going. Get more people watching. Watch time, as always, we tell you all the time. So if you want to learn a little bit more, here we go. Bull Run is starting, baby. And it's at 57. I think we'll go to 59 or 69 or 70 tomorrow, man. I think we're going to have a little pump tomorrow going into the weekend. We'll see. All right, you all be good out there. We'll see you tomorrow morning. Same time, same place, same bat channel.